Once you can find out a church today, for sure, I can find out a rum bar. If you can't find the spirit in the church, I know where you can find the spirit. All the way the next building across from the church, the rum bar. The ladies go to the church to get their spirit, and the men go to the rum bar to get their own spirits. You see some pots, the pots, forks and spoon. They all make right here from small pieces of aluminum. We call them Dutchy or Dutch pots. We use them on charcoals or wooden fire. In this area, these people make the kitchens separate from the houses. They only use charcoals and wooden fire. No gas stoves, no electric stoves, and no warranty on the pots. That's the pots they use to bake like pudding, to roast beef and pork. From the river for construction purpose. Sometimes passing in this area, you will see hundreds of trucks waiting in line to get sand and stone to take into different parishes. This is the Wag River. All the sand and stones come from the river. The end of the river they use for drinking purpose. If you now look to the right, you're going to see a lot of banana trees. They use the blue bags to cover the bananas with insecticides. That no birds can bite the bananas or bugs. Also the building to your left is where they manufacture the bananas to make chips. Also cassava chips and plantain chips. Some upstairs and downstairs house. The one there with a satellite dish is getting all stations. Yeah, but he or she getting all the stations. If you know this, that's an aeroplane, King Jarvis. King Jarvis used to be a pilot. He met in a car accident. And a lady buried in the castle. That's how you do it back home? 6 feet down, and after you put on the headstone. But that's how they do it in Jamaica. And every year they come, they put a little paint on. Yeah, man? Once you checked in, never checked out.
Now that's awesome.
The second town for Port Maria, they give this area of the town the name Anato. Anato is what most people use for cooking, like the older people. The Indians, they used to use natto to dye themselves. That's when they go into war, no one could identify them. That's why they call the area Anato Bay. And most of these buildings owned by the Chinese. They occupied the ground floor for supermarkets and haberdasheries and lives on the second floor. Anato Bay. Raise their own cow, goat, pigs and chicken, plant their own seasoning and look after their natural coconut oil. They only go to shops on weekends to get flour, sugar and rice. You're gonna see men and women walking with machete. When you see a man walking with a machete, that's the first piece of tool a farmer would buy to kill the bad weeds. When you see a lady walking with a machete, the lady going for her husband. That's what the ladies use to keep the men in line in Jamaica. That's why we Jamaican men are some well-behaving men. That's cashew. That's a cashew tree there. That tree. Cashew. Cashew. Just like how you have the peanut, cashew. The cashew grow a big tree. But most people, they think cashew grow like peanuts in the soil. Not in the soil, big tree. Pieces of bamboo, they laid in the river along the rocks. Whatsoever gets in the traps, dust comes out, they use it for dinner in the evening. Also, men and women in the area use the river to do laundry. Wash clothes, put them on the stone to dry. In the evening, they come for the clothes and take a bath. When it's real hot, like in the summertime, you will see friends and family gather at the river, play music, drink rum, party at the river. They call it river bash. That's the time they use the most 5 leaves plant. I only hear about that 5 leaves plant. You know what I'm talking about, the 5 leaves plant? Yeah, man. Lives at the top or base at the top. The higher we get today, the more scenery shots. Yeah, man? You're gonna see waterfalls pouring down from both sides.
All the fun parts. Better look behind you.
The bridge just got tested. Yeah, man?
Come on.
We call it no problem bridge. We get across without problem.
Wash under. How you like this?
As a payout station for the people that used to work and the coffee plantation. Now from here the bus will take us up top at 5,000 feet. We're going to begin our bike tour. All those are coffee. And that's a large coffee plantation. It's 185 acres. And that's the largest we have around here in the mountain. Now that plantation has been owned by the Jamaica Coffee Board. You remember early on today I pointed to a small coffee plant, yeah man? Something looking like that one right here. Good. But all these trees, these big trees that you see all in front of you, all these are coffee trees. You never notice these trees, some are younger, while some are older. Now I want you guys to take a look at the space. And the farmers will live in between their coffee plants. So the reason why they do that, whenever time it's harvest time, it is much easier for the ladies while we're picking. And whenever time the guys are going to use the machetes to take away the bad weeds from among the coffee. Now, one coffee plant could grow you up to 30 feet or more. And one coffee tree could live you up to 60 years. But around in the mountain, you wouldn't find anyone at the height of 30 feet. So what a farmer would do, after planting his coffee trees and while growing up, what do you do? Right, you would take out the top. So instead of growing up, it spreads. And that's make it much easier for the ladies while go picking. Now in every 25 years around here in the mountain, the farmers would call their coffee trees old trees. And the reason why they say there are some old trees in every 25 years. Now those trees wouldn't produce as much as when they're in their young state. Now what those farmers would do, they would use a saw to cut those trees down, just leaving some short stumps just above the ground. And after a while, those stumps will spring back with a few new growths. And what the farmer would do, he would take off what he doesn't want, then leave the rest to him. And from there, he will fertilize and spray, grow it back into a big tree. In 1 year and a half, those springings will start to produce again. And whenever time they do that, the name they give to it is cutback. No matter how steep you see those plantations around here in the mountain, the ladies have to go up to harvest those berries on her own balance. No ropes. And any amount of berries that has been harvested for that season, it's all hand picked, no machine. Now, ladies and gentlemen, coffee is hard work. Now, even for a lady to pick on a box of berries, she'd have to be a real good picker, because one box of berry would contain 90 pounds. And that lady would get like 700 to 800 Jamaican dollars to pick that box of berry, which is less than 10 US. But when she harvests the berry, she's not the one who take it from the farm, because the male's job is to come over to take all those berries from the farm, put it to the side of the road, so whenever time the truck comes around, take it from there and take it to Kingston, to the factory. And as I said before, the males are the one who use the machete to take away the bad weeds from on the coffee, do the fertilizing and also do the spraying. You know, these plantations that you guys see around the mountain, they're always bananas or plantain trees, which the farmers will plant in between their coffee plants. And the reason why they do that, even in the summer, when the time gets warm, those bananas are planting trees in shade, their coffee plants. I was telling someone a while ago that these trees have been finished harvesting about a month ago. And if you guys get closer to it, man, come up a little closer here, man. All you guys come up a little closer here. Remember I told you about the white blossom? And after the white blossom fall, then you're looking at some bright green, small green berries, and then they develop yellow, from yellow to red. So you could say our coffee, it's an all-year crop. Because it produces so fast that you could say it's an all-year crop. Now, ladies and gentlemen, now that's about it for the coffee. Now, whenever time we leave from here, we'll be having a long stretch of biking ahead of us before we make another stop. As I told you back up top, it seems like we're going to have some liquid sunshine. So remember, I told you guys, no wet, no fun. All right, whenever time you guys ready, we hit the road again. Any spice, any spice.
The scary part is we drove a bus over this to get here. And they're making us walk our bikes across. We drove a bus across. Did I mention that?
The name of this plant is pepper elder. If you have an allergy problem, this is a plant you get. You make tea from it. Tea. Then you drink on it for a couple of times and it helps. You will also put it to dry and you put it into a closed container. So when every time that allergy rises on you, you open that can, you take a couple of sniffs and it clears you up. I want you guys to take a leaf from this plant, crush on it properly, take a sniff, take a leaf. Come on, take a leaf. Hello. No man, take a leaf. Take a leaf, crush it. Rub it together. Crush it, crush it. Yeah man. Now when this plant is dried and you make the tea from it, it gives that tea a peppery taste. And that is what helps that allergy. That's why they name it pepper elder. Now the second one I have here, if you notice it's very small, well, let me tell you, it is one of our most effective plants. And the name of this one is cerasee. Cerasee. And this is the one that purifies your blood. If you have skin rash, you could get this plant. You make tea from it. You drink on it and you get rid of skin rash. Even if you have a belly pain, you make the tea, you drink on it and you get rid of that belly pain. But most of all, even for those guys that smoke some weed, as you guys know as marijuana, and they want to do a blood test. So what they'll do, they'll get this plant, they make tea from it, drink on it for a couple of times. So whenever time it gets to the doctor, that doctor can find no drugs in the system because it purifies the blood. But let me tell you, this plant, it is a real bitter plant, and you have to have a strong stomach to drink on it. Take a leaf from this. Crush it and put it to your mouth. I'm not joking. Yeah man. Yeah man. Crush it, put it to your mouth.
Reminds me of an apple.
Yeah man. So when you make the tea from this plant, it's real bitter. That's why you cannot
Oh, there's
feed.
the bitterness.
Yeah, you cannot feed on it. Because if you feed on this plant, then it thinner your blood. So you have to drink on it for a while and then you break away. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to be honest with you guys. You know, here in Jamaica here, we have several other different types of herbal plants for different complaints. But to be honest to you, for me to gather them today and to explain those plants to you, you know that will take some time. Now, ladies and gentlemen, now this is going to be our final stop before we get to the end of the ride.
We hold back, yeah.
We like to ride in the backpack.
Yeah, we're racing with you.
I don't know what you're talking about. All right, yeah, we should. All right. Hold on, my foot's broken. That's funny. He asked what my YouTube channel was too before.
Yeah.
I was like, here it is. Yeah, the 7 times in Jamaica, this is by far the best excursion we've ever taken.